YouTube channel. I'm Kimberly, and today is July 30th, which is a Saturday, and this is episode 29. Welcome to our crafty podcast. Brooke is not here. I usually share this, I do share this podcast with my daughter Brooke. She's 16. She usually gets in probably every other episode or whenever she can, 16-year-old girls. But welcome to all the new viewers, and thanks for all the returning viewers. Really appreciate it. I'm really glad you stuck with us from the last podcast, considering there was like a long gap in between. But this one's a nice little short gap from the last video to this video, so hopefully that made up for it. Like I said, this is a crafty podcast where we focus mainly on knitting and crochet. However, there's always cross stitch or random things in there, whatever we're up to these days. You can find us on Instagram at SweetPea Chickadee. You can find Brooke's crochet account, which she's not really up to these days. She's been busy all summer, but you can find it on chickadee.crochets on Instagram. You can find me on Ravelry at Karmeni, just my first initial last name. And then you can find Brooke on Ravelry at barmeni05. So hey guys, I'm back. I'm back from my trip. We're all back. We all made it. We were gone for 3 weeks. 3 weeks is too long, and I knew that book when my husband booked it. I'm like, you booked 3 weeks? That's a long time to be gone from home. I realized, but we've done 2-week trips before, and it just seemed like a little short sometimes. So we figured out it's like 2 weeks and like 2 or 3 days, like the perfect, amount. Because by 2.5 weeks, we were all ready to come home. We were all ready. But we had such a great time. We went to the UK. We went to London, Liverpool, Edinburgh, Scotland, and then over to Dublin, Ireland, and we did like little day trips out to see all of Ireland. It was so cool. There was a heat wave though. Oh my gosh, I was so worried last episode. I know when I was editing, I thought it was going to be cold, which it had been cold until we got there. I feel like we brought the heat with us. I apologize to UK and Ireland. Oh my gosh. Not only was it really hot, it wasn't too hot. Like when we were outside, it didn't feel too hot like it is here, like it's hot here. So it didn't feel too hot. It was just the fact that there's no air conditioning. Although I found it weird that the farther north we went, because we started in London, they had the better air conditioning. I thought that was weird. And Ireland had great air conditioning, but it was weird because London had the worst air conditioning, and they had air conditioning in nowhere. Like the pubs, none of the car, like no one had air conditioning. It was so hot. So it was so hot as when you go into a building and it's all like stifling and like the air's not really moving, and it's just hot. You can never escape it, basically. And I hate going to sleep hot. I don't know if that's like a United States luxury, apparently. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. We had a great time. We're super happy to be back. Jet lag is real. I'm finally coming out of it. Today's Saturday. We got home late Tuesday night. Finally, I think, reaching the other side, but we're good to go. I also had a birthday in July, so I have a couple little acquisitions that people got me for my birthday that's like knitting related that I want to share with you guys. But it was great. We spent it in, where were we? We were in Edinburgh, Scotland on my birthday, and we had I told the kid and like my husband and kids no gifts because I'm going yarn crazy shopping, so don't worry about that. Probably the easiest birthday they ever had to deal with. But they did plan this really nice dinner. We got to go get dressed up and got to dinner. It was so cute. I'll include a picture here. And I did get my sock machine, you guys. I got it that night. Like literally, I think within like 15 minutes of finishing recording, I got my sock machine, which is probably another reason why I did not have time to edit the video from before, because I was just too busy playing with the sock machine. I made 3 pairs of socks before we left. And we only had a few days, really. And I was trying to get prepared for the trip. But I made 3 pairs of socks. I think that was it. Yeah, 3 whole pairs of socks they were more than just a tube. Like I did the heel, cuff, and toe. And all I had to do was like Kitchener stitch the toe together. It was so cool. So I'm going to show you those during faux. And so now that I'm back though, I'm gonna have more time to play with it. And I'm gonna do it after this video. I'm actually gonna play with it a little bit, but I'm gonna try the ribber dial because I really want my husband to have the ribbed socks. I think it'll fit his foot better. I'm just like, I keep looking at it. She's looking at me right now. But I hear the ribber dial can be a little, scary or not work really well. But I did find this really great pattern. It has a mock rib like shorty socks, and so I'm going to try that first. So you don't use the rubber at all, you're just pulling out a needle, I guess, And that's how so it seems like it's a mock rib, or it seems like it's a rib, but it's not really a rib. So I'm gonna try that first and see how that fits. And if it just looks like a mock rib, it doesn't really fit like a rib. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so that's my sock machine. I'm so excited. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into faux. So this is not a faux. I mean, it was a faux last year. But what I'm wearing is the Allure tee by Lonray of La Knits Apparel. I test knit this for her last summer. It was a great beginner tee, like, or if you've never done a tee or a sweater or whatever, it was perfectly, like, her pattern was perfect. It was nice and straightforward. It's got like this boat neck kind of situation. I love this. And let me see what I use. I use loops and threads, Echo Brights. I don't know, I got it at Michael's, I think. Now, I don't know why it's called Echo Brights, because it's not that bright. It's a concrete colorway, just gray. But I had bought this, like, it was like on sale at Michael's, like half off or whatever. I literally spent like 15 or 20 bucks on this tee. I mean, how awesome is that? So it's a pleasure to knit. If you guys are looking for a first time top, this was great. It's like a little thicker because of what I use, but it doesn't really feel hot because it's like recycled polyester or something like that. I don't know what it is, but recycled plastic is essentially what it is. But yeah, so it's really great. I really like this shirt. So my actual faux though, now I do have one faux that's not sock machine related, but most of them are sock machine related. And it was all done before I left. Actually, no. The one that was not done before I left, that was not sock machine, I finished that when I got home. But to make it to the sock machine faux, so the very first faux was my husband's pair of shorty socks. And I made in this pair. Now I don't have the other one. I just grabbed one out of the sock drawer. So this is Patton's Croy sock yarn. And I had a bunch of Patton's Croy, so I went ahead and just pulled those out. That'd be a good way to practice. It's a thicker weight. So once I got gauge for this, I kind of just stuck with this yarn for a couple socks. And then I've now switched over to Yarnable yarn. But anyways, so here's how I did the first one. I learned a hung hem, which is basically a double layer. And then it's knit together. And I did like a regular heel. Made sure I got the corners real good. And yeah, I don't even know what all this stuff is called really, but just whatever the basic stuff is. I think this is the heel that comes in the instruction booklet for my sock machine. They come with two, and this one has the wraps so that it takes away the holes in the corners, which I really like. And how I learned heels, if you guys are learning, because heels and toes are essentially the same thing until you get to the very last row. If you're having a hard time with this, I literally just put a whole skein of yarn on a cone. And I just went practice heel after heel after heel. And there was like once there's holes in it, I would crank it and then start over. Like I just like a whole tube of just heels. And then by that time I like mastered it. I figured it out. It was like, so I just totally do that. So this is my husband's, and this is Patton's Croy. It's called Turquoise Stripes, which I find interesting because it's definitely green. I mean, there's like a little bit of a bluish green in here. And this, I mean, if you're going to say anything blue, I think it'd be like teal. This is as close as I would get, but it's called Turquoise Stripes. Definitely green. Very cool. So I got him these. And then I'm going to show you the Patton's Croy. I did not put this on correctly. Where I tried a different kind of, I only have so many sock blockers here. All right, so here's one that was mine. This is my sock. Patton's Croy again. This is my second pair of socks. Yeah. And I tried a heel tab with this one. So it's still a hung hem, but it's with a heel tab. No. Yeah, heel tab. Same heel and toe. And this is Patton's Croy, and it's called Sidewalk Chalk Stripes. Sidewalk Chalk. But the heel tab is cool because these are super shorties, but it's got that cool heel tab in the back that keeps it from like riding down in your shoes. And it was not that hard. It's basically doing the heel, but like a little tiny heel is all it is. It's like, once you learn this heel, you can do like lots of things. So I really like these. Back to you. See the other one? All right. And then I was done with Patton's Croy. I think I had like another, it's really cool. I got like a nice little hole out of my cabinet. It was so cool to pull out a stash within like a couple of days and see a hole in my stash because of my sock machine, which is my whole goal. Like I love socks. I need to get through all my yarn, and I am not knitting size 15. I'm not. He wears size 15. I did one pair of socks for him, and I was like, never again. It just takes forever. Size 15, and then he always wants, these are exceptions, he does like short socks, but he usually wants a long leg to wear with his like his work suits and stuff, and I'm like, oh, killing me. And not only that, he's got a big old foot, but then like kind of dainty-ish ankles. That even for like a 6'4" man, I don't know. So then I'm like, that's why I really want to do the ribbing, because I think that would really, well, this fits great here. His ankles are kind of dainty. So like, I feel like the ribbing would really hug his ankles better, I think, for his leg. We'll see. All right, so then I switched over to the Yarnable yarn because really tension is hard for me right now. So trying to figure out tension and getting it correct every time is weird. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna switch over to Yarnable yarn because I have so much Yarnable yarn that I want to make into socks. And I'm like, perfect. I can just, once I get tension with that, then I can just keep my tension like gauges, you know, set up on the machine, and I don't have to change it, and I can just use Yarnable yarn for until I'm done. So I made these. This was the Mermazing colorway, and that was only a couple months ago. I don't remember exactly which month was Mermazing. Same thing. I did a little heel tab in the back. It's basically the same exact sock as this one, but my measurement was off. And then when I seamed it, I'm like, well, these are a little long. These are a little long for me, but perfect because Brooke has bigger feet than me. And so she had them try them on, they fit her perfectly. So that was awesome. So it's great to have family members that have feet on all sides of me. So Brooke has larger feet, so she got these. My sister has slightly smaller feet, so if I make them too small, she can have them. So that totally works. But I love this colorway. And as soon as it was like going, I was like, oh. And so I was really sad to give them to Brooke. But I think I have enough, hopefully have enough to make me a pair. So these are Brooke's pair. I went and snagged them out of her suitcase so I could show you guys. Aren't this pretty? The Mermazing colorway, man. And Yarnable's so pretty. But like, I think I need to tighten my tension, definitely. And I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, I really like this. So those are my sock machine socks. And I made those in like 3 days. Like I can make a pair in a couple hours. Shorty socks, obviously. But in a couple hours. I mean, like, how awesome is that? And then all you have to do when you take it off is, I mean, you have to take it off of the scrap yarn, but then all you have to do is Kitchener stitch. And I don't mind Kitchener stitching. So that's really fast for me. I think that what takes the most time is just getting it off the scrap yarn. That's it. Because I like to save my scrap yarn. That's why. I save it, I rewind it, and use it again. Even though I now have 3 giant cones of scrap yarn. So I don't know why. And the scrap yarn is how you like cast on and off of the sock machine. Or it's called waste yarn, sorry. Waste yarn. I have 3 full giant cones of waste yarn. But yeah, I still keep like trying to save my yarn. Anyways. Okay. So non-sock machine related, I had my 4th of July shorty socks. Yay. So this yarn is by Pretty Twisted Yarns. Get that label out. Pretty Twisted Yarns. Teresa. And it's in the colorway America, and it's on her Lush base. I'm not sure if she still has this base because she did like refresh her bases lately, and it was $75.25. But she probably has something similar, at least. So this is the America colorway. I love it. Afterthought heel to get the bullseye effect. Did a short little cuff. You know, normal. Everything's normal, basically. But I had started one of the heels before I left. And then when I got home, I finished that heel and then did the other heel and now they're done. So yay, all done. So those are great. So I basically had all socks. I did cast on new whips. I think all the whips I took with me are new cast-ons. I did not work on anything else that I had shown you in the last episode. So let's just get over into whips. Okay, so the first whip I worked on, actually I cast on all of these are new. And I did tell you about them all in the last episode. I did not take the tank top that I said I was going to take at Brooke's. I really kind of, you know, lessened my whip load when I brought it, which was fine because I really didn't do a whole lot of knitting. I was going to do more knitting. I did some knitting like on bus rides after tours and stuff, but then I started using that time for sleeping because I was so tired. I did not. Jet lag was terrible. Could not sleep. I was off sleep cycles. And then I was just tired from all the walking and all the heat. And so I just took naps in the bus, basically. So the first one I'm going to tell you about is the Break in the Tide Cowl by Neilan. And I did tell you about this. I'm using 2 Mace of Skeins. This one I believe is peach something. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This is Ocean Water, the blue. And this is one of the peaches, Peach Sunset. Peach Sunset and Ocean Water. And I'm doing the cowl. Now, Tiff has the Break in the Tide shawl and Break in the Tide cowl. I chose the cowl and it's a big chunky cowl. I love the big chunky cowl. And I'm doing a larger version, even though I only have 2 skeins. I'm pretty sure I'm going to run out of one of the colors, but I'm just going to swap in the other color that I have left over. It's not going to matter. And you're going to see why, because you're not even going to be able to tell probably. So here's how much I got done so far. So here, this is where the tassel's going to go. And I just love it. I love it so much. It totally matches like great, like with each other. Do you guys see me, peekaboo? It's so pretty. So it's like very beginner stages, obviously. So this is gonna be like down here on the shawl. And then it comes up and then it will connect into a cowl. I love it. I love the colors. I love that they go together. And you'd think this looks like it's brioche, but it's not. It's like a fisherman's rib, which I feel like I'm doing a lot of those lately. But yeah, so that's fun. And that's in one of my Cottontail farm bags. I love this bag. It's like a bucket kind of thing. All right, and the next one I cast on was one of the hats, and that was the Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague. And it's my 5th one, and I'm making this one for Brooke. This is in my Mountain State Stitches bag. It's like a small one. I always keep all my Musselburgh hats in there. Here is the yarn. Oh my, isn't that pretty? This is the Sunflower colorway by Wild Hair Fibers. Yeah, in our Pinnacle Fingering. Wild Hair. And she's local to me. Oops. From Front Royal. But yeah, this is the Sunflower colorway, and it was one of those donations for the Ukraine crisis. So here it is so far, and Brooke loves it. So it's got a good kind of a fadey spiral happening. So here it kind of micro striped in the beginning. And then this is like a really cool kind of a swirly fade. It's really cool. It's gonna look really cool when it's on her head. Brooke loves it. So yeah, just knitting on this. I knit on this a lot in pubs and stuff when we were like just having a drink or whatever. It was so fun. Because I didn't have to think. You just knit, 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 so you don't have to think about it. And then one more whip. And that was the stripey hat. I picked the stripey hat. So last time I was telling you, I got 2 items from, oops, I'm shaking, sorry. 2 items from Skeincocaine. And it was the iconic colorway and the DK. It was like black with white speckles. And then I got this like mini skein set, but it was like a worsted mini skein set. Mini skeins. To make the stripey hat that Gina from Skeincocaine had made. And here it is so far. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I'm thinking here pretty soon I'm gonna start decreasing, but it's really long. Like to here is the rib. I said a 1x1 and then stripes. And I think I did everything exactly like Gina. Like I had even the same stripe sequence order of hers. Isn't that pretty? It's gonna look so cool with my hair. I really like that. This is the His Dark Materials mini skein set on Skeincocaine's website. I think she might have taken it down. I don't know if you can get it anymore after I ordered it. So I was really excited. I love it so much. And I still have I still have quite a bit of each one. So I'll even have like a little bit left over, I think. I was thinking like little fingerless mitts. I don't think I'll have enough though. Wouldn't that be cute? Little fingerless mitts with my hat? That'd be really cute. But I just love all of the colors. They all look really well together. It's kind of crooked. I think I'm holding it crooked. Isn't that cool? I love the colors. Love them. And that's right now in my, because this was in my, it's a Della Q bag. I got this from Mother's Day. I don't think I ever showed it. I got it for a trip really, I mean, I asked for it and my family got it for me. But it's their kind of like, I don't know. I don't actually know what it's called. Which version of it? It's one that looks like this. You can wear it on your back. I wore it across in my front because, you know, tourists. But it was so great because I had my project in the front, and the back has a really big pocket back here, and I kept everyone's passports and our wallets, like all back here, so I was one carrying it all. And then back here is this really great large pocket, and I put like our tours and all of our paperwork in here that we needed for that day. And I always put like my any kind of medication we needed, like cold medicine or whatever, because like we all got this cold. We passed it around. Damon got it first in London, passed it to all of us. Brooke finally got it, I think, in Dublin. We all passed it around. And then I kept my room key in here. So yeah, this is really, I love this color too. You know, I'm a green girl. It's really great. Normally you wear it on your back, I'm assuming. But it's great because it's also got a handle strap. You can even shorten the strap. I love this. This was great for traveling. And you find these on the Jimmy Wool's website, I think. But it's a Delic, because they combine now. It is a Delic Q bag. Okay, and I think that's it for whips. So I know, guys, what you've been waiting for, because this is what I've been waiting to show you. Like, I was like, all right, let me show you the whips and stuff. But acquisitions. Okay, so I have a lot of stuff from the trip. I have a little bit for my birthday, and I also got Yarnable for July, but also, which is funny because I'm actually getting August like on Monday. But I also went to the yarn store when I got home. So Needles in the Haymarket, my local yarn store, had their like major reopening at a new location while I was gone. I was like, no. But I was like, it's okay, I'll just go see it when I get back. So I had to go stop by. I mean, like, they're friends of ours. I have to go. And then when they're friends of yours, you have to buy stuff. I keep hitting bags over here. And the store, you guys, I mean, I'll get to that later. I'm going to show you pictures, but wow, it is like, I mean, it's amazing, that store now. But okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go in order of purchase because I went through, and I'm going to tell you all about the yarn stores I went to. I meant to get pictures of all of them, but like I got pictures of some of them, like one of them from the outside, and I forgot to take a picture of the inside. And mainly it was because it was so hot. So, and they're so small. So the shops over there are quite tiny. The London one was probably one of the larger ones, and even then, and there was a lot of people that were going there. We had like 4 people in there at a time, and it was like tight because there's a middle table with like a round. But if you want to backtrack, you can't. You have to like kind of go around again and wait your turn to go see some. But it was great. It had a lot of great stuff. So I'm going to talk about, not when I'm talking about London, I'm talking about Beautiful Knitters. So in London, I only went to Beautiful Knitters. And let me see, which one's that Beautiful Knitters bag? Oh, this one. They even gave me a tote. I did not buy this. They gave this to me. It's so sweet. Beautiful Knitters. So, good. Beautiful Knitters. I ended up getting, because right when I walked in, I noticed they had Knitting for Olive, which is one of my faves, and it's hard. I mean, not very many people stock it over here, but it's great to be able to see it in person. And this is a new base that I haven't gotten before. So I got Cotton Merino blend. And I got all the same dialect. How many did I get? I think I got all that they had in stock. I think there were 6 of them. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So there's 6 of these. Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino. It is so soft. It's a fingering weight. Oh my gosh. This cotton merino is so soft. So it's 70% organic cotton, 30% merino. And I love Knitting for Olive so much. And this is, so the colorway is Purple Elephant. And in person, it's like a grayish purple. Or like a purplish gray. So it's mainly gray, a little bit of purple. I don't know if you can see it online. It looks probably, yeah, maybe you can see it better, yeah, when it's next to gray. It's got a little bit of purple hue to it. So pretty. I cannot wait. I don't even know what I'm going to make with it. But these are 50, yeah, they're 50 gram balls. So really I got 3 skeins. I can make a really good tea out of this. I don't know what I'm going to do. Something great. But then I also got, because I wanted to get some sock yarn. Oh, my whole sock plan did not work. I bought sock yarn. I didn't wind any of it because I was exhausted. And really just, we were busy. And I wasn't really knitting anyway, so it didn't matter. But I was trying to figure out which sock yarn I wanted. And then my husband was like, just get all three. Because that's what my husband does. And I was like, no, I don't. It was the very first yarn store. And I knew I was going to be spending money. So I was like, I don't want to get too much of the first yarn store. But oops, I did. So I got three. And these are the three colors I could not decide between. Aren't they beautiful? Okay. So they're all the same brand. I'm not even going to try to butcher that. You guys all know what this is. Okay, thank you. I don't know. It's German, I'm pretty sure. Yep, a German company. Or a German dyer. And I just love them. I knew about this this brand because I was following them on Instagram before I even got there. And it's really funny because I bought these together and then I went back and looked at their Instagram later. And they had paired these three together like in a previous post. I'm like, see, I knew they looked good together. Because at first I'm like, what do I want to make for socks? But then I see them all together and I'm like, these would look great together for something. So the first one is Peppermint Candy. Isn't that pretty? Oh my God. I love the like light green, minty green of it. I don't have any, like a lot of minty or any probably minty green. I say that, I probably do. Minty green sock yarn. And this is a 75-25 luxury sock. It's very soft, very soft. The next one, which was quite similar, was Over the Rainbow. So no speckles, more of a, maybe a little bit of speckling, but more of a variegated. Love this as well. And the next one was Happy Birthday. What really got me was this like caramely color speckles that really tied. I just really like that. I don't know. Isn't that funny how like one little pop of something, I'm like, yes, I needed it. So pretty. I love these. And these would go, I mean, these two would go great together, but like even popping in this somewhere. Or I just make them into socks like the original plan. Who knows? I mean, I have a sock machine now, so awesome. I love those. So that's what I got. This and like 6 of these was what I got from Beautiful Knitters. I can't remember if I bought this tote bag. I might have bought it, but they threw in a cute little measuring tape. I know that was from them. It was really sweet. I might have bought this. That's okay. Pretty. All right. So that was my first stop. Very colorful. I got a bunch of sock yarn, which I really didn't need, but it was so pretty. And I wasn't trying, like, I really like this company, even though it was German, because I was trying to stick to like UK, like local or Irish local. So I'm sure I'll go to Germany sometime and I'll get German stuff there. But it was so pretty. I had to. I love that brand. And this is not even low. This is what? Where's this from? I already forgot. Knitting for Olive. Amsterdam? Something? Anyways, they're not local either. But I love Knitting for Olive. Okay, so that's what I got from the first store. And then I didn't get to go to a yarn store again. Like that was within like day 2. And I didn't even get to go to another yarn store again until Scotland. But then when I went to Scotland, there were 3 yarn stores there. Those were the ones that were really tiny. You could only fit, like the first one, Ginger Twist, you could fit 2 in at a time. It's very tiny, but very cute. Second one, Kathy's Knits, was bigger. My husband was glad because there was even a husband couch he could sit on. Small room. I mean, it's still one room, but and there didn't have to be there wasn't anybody else there with me too, so it was nice. I could wander. And then the last one was Be Inspired Fibers. And that one you could only have 3 in there at a time. Mainly because she has a lot of yarn to choose from, which I definitely partook. So, all right. So the first stop I went to was Ginger Twist, which, yes, I got this tote bag. Okay. But then I put other stuff in here. I was really excited about Ginger Twist. She is amazing, and she's a redhead, so I had to go. Okay, what else did I buy from her? And I really didn't get a lot from her, although I spent a little bit. Okay. So this is what I got. First, I got this tote. And this is really nice. Isn't that cute? I love it. I love that it has the location. And it's a super thick tote. And nice, really large. And then my husband wanted me to get this. So I did. This is what her storefront looks like. It's like a little project sack. Really cute. And then I got 2 of her yarns. So she's a yarn dyer. She also carries other yarn in the shop, but she's a yarn dyer. And I got these 2. Oh my gosh, I saw that she posted about her, what was her flax? Yeah, she's a sweet flax 4-ply, which is 50% baby alpaca, 25% linen, and 25% silk. And I was like, ooh, that's great for like warm weather. So I saw this colorway and I had to have it because it's purple, but there was only 1 of them. This is called Parma Violets. That's her logo, which is on the bag. So I love this. So I got this. I held on to this. And then I saw this color, which I also love. It's a little more blue in person. And it's the same base, and this one's called Selkie. And I got them. I'm gonna pair them together for some sort of tank top. I thought about almost getting another one of these just to be better off, like if I want to add sleeves or something. But I'm like, I'll just do a tank top. That can be cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Color blocking, or I think they look really great together. So pretty and so soft. And I love the like little fuzz, like the halo off of it. I don't know if you can see that. It's so great. And then I also saw on her, actually, I might have seen in her newsletter that she had gotten these in. Well, so it's a local maker. Woolly Originals. Original products for crafters and artisans. Woolly Originals is the brand. Look what I got. Oh my gosh. So it's a Scott monument. That's the... And there's her website. So I guess she only gets these in like once or twice a year, maybe. But it's a bag. Oh my gosh. And the inside, this is all hand woven, I believe. It's just got tissue in there. Hand woven. And this is like machine knit. And then she puts it all together. Oh, I'm not a sewer. And then like the zipper. Oh my gosh. I love this. Isn't it so pretty? I was so glad. She only had a couple left, and this was the only print that she had left, and this was the one I wanted, so it worked out. Because I want something that was like a local maker and Scotland. Hello. Isn't that cool? I love this so much. So that's what I got from there. So really only a little bit of yarn. And that's what happens when I go to the first place. I don't want to overbuy yarn at the first store because I haven't seen everything else. But I did buy it. I mean, bought a couple bags too. Okay, put this back. Next stop, we went to Kathy's Knits. Like my husband and I just went out, like the kids stayed and just chilled at the hotel. We went out and did the yarn shops. So the next one was Kathy's Knits, which was really great because she had a ton of the British stuff, the British like brands of wool. And that's what I wanted. So I ended up getting, let me just separate this. My mom has been wanting some mittens, like colorwork mittens. And so I saw this yarn and the 4-ply, yeah. And I really like, it's like a nice sturdy, but not scratchy Falkland Islands wool. And I think it's just, what does it say, what? 100% pure new wool. Made in Cornway. In the UK, Falkland Islands. So I got this. I thought this would be a great main color, and I got 3 of them. So I got 3 of these for the main color, just in case. I thought 2 would be fine, but you never know. It depends on how long, whatever. I got 3 of these. And then my alternating colors, I really liked these 2, but then I wanted a maybe, because I wasn't sure on the pattern yet, so I'm like, I should get a 3rd color just in case it calls. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. calls for a third color. And then the owner helped me grab this one, which is in a different base, but so it's like this one's DK, this one, but it was a little thicker, but should be okay. Would they be pretty? Mom for mittens. Mom, if you're watching this, it's gonna be your mittens. So I really like these colors together, but if it only calls for 2, I'm gonna go for these 2 colors with this, whatever pattern I pick up. So I got this whole set, and then I found this yarn, and it's the JC Rennie & Co. Made and milled in Scotland, which, hello, that's really awesome. Super soft 4-ply, 100% wool. I mean, it's not super soft, but I mean, probably for this kind of wool it is. It's actually quite squishy, a little bit scratchy, but not too scratchy for me. It's almost like how my Plymouth yarn is a little bit scratchy for my Fields cardigan, but I have no problems wearing it. Like, it's like the borderline scratchy for me, like where I can tell it is scratchy, but it doesn't bother me. I don't know if I'm just getting better at wearing scratchy stuff, or if it's just, you know, not that scratchy. So I really liked a whole bunch. I think I'm gonna do some sort of like shawl or something. So I got all different colors. I got this and this one, this light blue, and this like a whole bunch of different colors. I kind of like an opal colorway, and then this, which was already wound up, but a full skein. So like these colors are gonna be one in something, I think. I don't know. Do they have colorway names on this? Oh, this is called Oogie Pearl. Oogie Pearl. I don't know, it's some sort of lavender. It didn't even come with a tag, so it's the same thing as this. This purple is Ivanhoe something. I don't even know why I'm reading this because it's probably not. Forest Sheen. It's a really great green. And Fauna. I like that blue too. So I got all those sets. I need to go with the, okay, what are these colors? Or are they just numbers? Oh, there is a color. Hawkweed. So this one is Hawkweed. It's not that bright in person. It's still bright, but not that bright. This one is called, the colorway is Sky Gray. This one is Lavender. And this blue color is Sea Green. I love that blue color. It's so good. But yes, this is a DK, and this is just a 4-ply. So it's a little thicker. It'll work. It's just mittens, but only if I need a third color. If not, I'll use it for something else. And yeah, I'll use the other 2 colors. But I love all of this. So that's what I got from Kathy's Knits. And they're great. They're very friendly, very helpful. They came and helped me pick out these colors. And yeah, so I really like this one. That's really what it was. And these ones. Okay. So that was Kathy's Knits. Let me move all that wool. And that was all great Scotland, British wool. Or wait, Scotland, UK wool. And the next store I went to was the last one, which is Be Inspired Fibers, which, so it's so funny because when you look at things online or on Instagram and you're like, I probably spend the most money at is where you think you're going to spend the most money, and you don't, and then of course the places you think you're going to spend the least amount of money, you spend the most. I feel like that's what happens to me. So I went to Be Inspired Fibers, just kind of looking for some British stuff or UK type stuff or whatever. And I bought the most stuff there. Well, except for my final shop that I went to. But I bought so much yarn. Okay, so because she had so much there. She had hand-dyed and also all the like British box brands that I've been looking for. So it was so cool. For instance, Opal. She had Opal yarn there, which I have not gotten my hands on to see ever. I know some people sell it around here, like the Crazy Sock Lady sells it online, but I've never been able to touch it and see it and pick out some stuff. And this, I believe, are like older colors, so it was so cool to be able to see it. So I got 3 skeins of Opal. Oh my gosh. I just love it. And I love how it'll also show you what it's going to knit up like. So this one, I don't even know. I'm not even gonna try. I mean, it's German, so Opal is German. And yeah, I'm not even gonna try to show you these colors. This is what the color is what it looks like. And it is colorway. I don't know. I never took German, so here are the numbers. I can't even tell you which one's lot number and which one's color, because that's how little I know about German. I took Spanish in high school, guys, sorry. Okay, then, kind of in the same line, because they have the same like pictures on the front, is this bluer color. It's like blue-gray. I thought my husband would love these, or I would, who knows. It's so soft. I was expecting more like Regia, or Regia, I don't know how you should say that. It's like softer. I mean, like, not like, you know, cashmere or anything, but very plushy. All right, and then here's the numbers for that, and that's what it's gonna look like. Actually, no, I want this one for me, because this one I thought my husband would like, maybe. So this looks like a different sort of, so I know they come out in like sets, like a series of colors, and so they all have different, you know. So this one's a different label. It's cute, like little kid drawings. And then here's the numbers and what it's gonna look like. I thought my husband would like this one. If not, I would like it. So those are the 3 opals I got, and she had a ton more to choose from. I was like, oh my gosh, so excited. And then another thing she had that I was so excited to see, which I'm sure it's funny, and I know it was funny to her, was Focolana Arwetta. Just the classic. Like, isn't that funny? Focolana Arwetta. I mean, come on. I know it's like their basic brand over there, but you can't get it here. And I've never seen it before, so I didn't know what it looked like. They're very small, you know, but people make sweaters out of this, socks. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. It's 80/20 superwash merino nylon and quite soft. Got a great halo. People use it for like baby stuff, sweaters, socks. I was planning on making these 2 into socks, like this the sock, and then this the like contrasting color for heels toes. It's like a light lavender. Which color is this? Color 278, and this is color 268. But these would go good together. And then these are the ones I've been trying to buy these online, but they've been sold out. Ukraine colors together. I wanted to make a really cool. There's like the fingerless mitts pattern that calls for this, and I just wanted to. It's hard to order because the Ukraine colors, and they're always sold out everywhere. So I found them. This one is the 199 color, and this, I'm sure it's like, there's like a bunch of different yellows. This is the only one they had there that I like to go with it. This is 251. And I love it. There's so much you can use with this stuff. I love this stuff. And it was so funny because I'm sure she's like, really? That's what you want? I'm like, yes, because you can't get it in the States. So it was cool. Got these 4. And what was it, like $4? Honestly, they were not, or where was I? 4 pounds, because it's pounds in UK, euros in Ireland. And then I got these 2. I saw that, well, this is Opal, which they make, I can get Opal yarn here, but I've never seen this. This is Admiral Tweed Bunt. And, but yeah, it's basically this like grayish cream color, and it's like tweedy bits of different colors, and I got 2 of them. They only had 2, I got them, and it's just, I grabbed it because it's so soft. I don't know why this is softer than all the others. 78% virgin wool, 19% nylon, 3% viscose. And it's so soft. I don't even know what I'm gonna make with it, but that'd be great for anything. For a baby item, because it's so soft. For any, like, I don't even know. I love it. So then I also got, I like went crazy in the store. I saw this, and I grabbed a couple. This is 50% Angora, which I have an Angora bunny, and I will be spinning his wool soonish. Who knows when. I already have some because we gave him a little trim. but I mean, you need quite a bit to like really make anything. And so 50% Angora and 50% wool. And look at that fuzz. Oh my goodness. So I want to make mitts with this. Mitts are fingerless. I was thinking maybe fingerless mitts. But I got these because these are little 50 gram, right? I think it's 50 gram balls. I assume because it's small. Yeah, 50 gram balls. This is the turquoise colorway. And hand dyed in the Orkney Islands in Scotland. And I got this to color, do like a color work. And it's like a peach. Is that what the colorway is? Yep, peach. I thought that would be really cute. Do some kind of color work with these little fingerless mitts or something. Isn't that cute? Orkney Angora. That halo, man. So eventually I'll have my own. I don't plan on the very first couple batches I spin of Bunner Bun's wool. I'm going to keep it natural colored, which is like this, you know, silvery gray. He's considered a lilac colored bunny, but it's like a silvery gray. But yeah, they had dyed it, so I'm like, that's really pretty. I want to try that out. So I got that. I just love seeing all this local stuff, which I love. And then I did get some indie dyed from her that I hadn't seen at other stores. She had cosmic strings. And they are from Netherlands, I think. Let me see. No, hand dyed in Edinburgh. Did I know that? That's so cool. Hand dyed in Edinburgh, the city I was in. Cosmic strings. And I couldn't decide. I literally got 3. And I think I can pair them together if I really wanted to. These are the colors. I first saw this and I was like, hello you. What is, look at, I mean, so pretty. This colorway is marigold. Just that richness of the colors and the jewel tones with the richness of this brown. I just love it. And they're all the same base, I believe. 75-25 sock, like fingering. Yes. So then, and then I saw this one, which I really love too. And it was Yarrow. Yarrow. And it's got this great like mauve colorway in there. And I saw it, and it was actually hanging right next to this one. And normally I don't buy a solid color. I try not to buy a solid plain color, not plain, a solid color or tonal from a hand dyer because like I can get it cheaper, you know what I mean? Cheaper hand dyed wool, and then I get like the fun stuff from the indie dyer, right? Only to save money is really what it is, because I obviously buy Opal Yarn. Not because it's not beautiful, but because I'm trying to save myself some money. But they were hanging next to each other. I'm like, I have to have them because together they look so good. And then I had this one like next to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it would totally work into some, like the purples are in there, into some kind of fade or something if I wanted, or I can pair these off and make these into socks or a hat. I don't know, man. So great. Cosmic strings. I love that it was local. So everything from that store, no, the German stuff, the Opal and the Shopal. But yes, I'm so excited. So that's all from one store. And that was a store I really didn't know anything about, so I didn't think I would be getting a lot there, but she had so much stuff there. It was amazing. Stuff I've been looking for. I wanted to find Arwetta. I wanted to find Opal. I mean, so that was really cool. The only thing I didn't see when I was looking was cone yarn. I was hoping to try and find some of that cone yarn, and the Inspired Fibers did have some cone yarn in the back. I was kind of looking for like a cream color. She had like a couple different color blues, and I'm like, I had a basket, and I was like, that's okay. I don't need it. I can order a cone yarn. And I was looking for like a cream color because my son wants a turtleneck sweater in like a cream color. That's why I was looking for it. Okay, I'm like running out of places. Okay, so that was just Edinburgh, Scotland. That was a lot. Then I went to Dublin, Ireland, because we were at Edinburgh, Scotland only for like 4 days, which, oh, I want to go back there. The 2 best places I thought we visited, I mean, they were all amazing, was Edinburgh, Scotland, and Ireland, like all of Ireland, but Dublin was great. I mean, we had a crazy day of travel flying from Edinburgh to Ireland, so I was a little irritated already when we got to Ireland, and it was like a long day, and I loved Edinburgh. The travel was hellacious. Then we got to Dublin, I was like, whatever. So it had to grow on me for a second, but by the next day, I was fine. I was like, oh, I love Dublin, okay. We did a walking tour the first day we were there, where someone took us around and like showed us everything, which made me like just fall in love with Dublin. I mean, Ireland's amazing. But Edinburgh, Scotland is also amazing. Okay, so then we went to Dublin, Ireland. Dublin, Ireland has a yarn shop, and it was literally like 3 minutes from our hotel, which was perfect. So I went there on the second day, and I didn't really. Now, our tour guide actually told us that there's no Irish wool. There's Irish dyers, right? There's no Irish wool there because all their sheep, they have plenty of sheep, but their sheep is raised for meat and other things, I guess. But none of us, so it's not wool sheep. I guess they're having like a big survey soon-ish on whether they should bring it back to Ireland because they don't have any mills. So people who wanted to raise or to have wool for spinning or for yarn didn't have a mill to like mill it. So they have to like ship it off, which is, I'm sure that's like expensive. So now they're like trying to talk about as a country whether they should bring mill back for spinning and all that stuff, which I think that's really great. So I was there and I was trying not to get anything I could get in the States, and a lot of it I had that was local-ish, but I can't easily get it in the States. So I was like, well, and they had, and it was called, what was the store called? This Is Knit. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. The Dublin store is This Is Knit, which is great. They're super friendly, nice big store. Tons of stuff in there, and they actually had, I think it was their own dyes, like their own hand-dyed yarn there, and I almost bought some, but I wanted it for socks, and they didn't really have a lot of different colors in the sock yarn. They had it in all, like tons of other stuff I wanted, but I was like, I was just gonna get some sock yarn, and I didn't really see anything, and I walked by a Life in the Long Grass like twice. I'm like, I can get Life in the Long Grass at home, like kind of locally a little bit. But I mean, by the time I came back around to it, I was like, I can only get, it's almost like when you see hedgehog fibers. You don't really see it in a large supply. You kind of have to choose from what they got. And they had quite a bit of Life in the Long Grass there. So I'm like, I love Life in the Long Grass. I'm going to pick them out. I only have like 3 skeins for a top and like a silk blend, like their linen silk blend. I'm like, I'm going to get some sock yarn. So I found more, but I only bought 2. Life in the Long Grass, which is Irish. Like, she's an Irish dyer, correct? Let me just... Yes, Irish countryside in the studio. So yes, it is Irish, so it was still local. But these are the 2 colors. Oh my goodness, aren't they beautiful? Okay, let's start with this one. Look, so this is more of a plum color. It looks a little brown on screen. It's more plum in person. It's like hunter green, this bright turquoise. I mean, like this peachy color comes through. And the colorway is called Rasoul, if I'm not butchering that. Life in the Long Grass. I love Life in the Long Grass. So it was actually fun to buy. And then I got this. Oh, I want to make a really pretty like design sock with this. It'd be like really dainty and delicate, like a lacy something. I don't know. This one's called Crush. And I think they're all the same. 75-25, correct? Yep, 75-25 fine sock. I love these 2 colors. So these are the only 2 things I bought there. Because the other stuff I could get in the States or easily order, and I have some. Like they actually had a bit of Cama Rose, but I really hadn't. I kind of need a plan for a project that you can just buy a whole bunch of Cama Rose. You kind of have to know what you're buying it for, and I really didn't have any of that planned out. And so yeah, but I can order Cama Rose. I did feel a bunch of it just so I know which ones I liked, which is nice. So I got this there, but then, okay, you guys, you know how I said I really want to go to Hedgehog Fibers in Cork? I didn't think any of our tours were heading to Cork. Well, we had a private tour, which is just basically we had a driver that drove us from Dublin. We did like a castle tour. So we stopped at Cashel Rock, and then we stopped at Blarney Castle, which is where the Blarney Stone is. And that's right there in Cork, basically. They're all like subcities of Cork, right in that area. So we finished. I'm like, hey, so we had already talked to our driver, like, hey, is there any way we can like kind of swing by this little shop in Cork somewhere along the way? I think it's near Blarney Castle. Like on our way to the last one, which was Kilkenny. We were going to Kilkenny Castle. And no, Kilkenny? Going to like Kilkenny Castle? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. I'll put it right here. What castle was that? Anyways, we didn't end up going to that because I went to the yarn. So he took a side trip. It was like 25, 30 minutes to get there because it's like a big city. And I got to go to Hedgehog Fibers, you guys. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I had like buzz in. They bring you in, you put on a mask, and they were so friendly. They talked about their dye studio, their process, what everything was, and they have this great in-shop stuff selection for you to shop from. And I'd only ever seen their sock base in stores. And even then, it's like a small supply, even though I definitely always find something I love. They had all their bases there. They had a whole bunch of potlucks, which are like their one-offs. They had all their main colors. They had, oh my gosh, it was amazing. And I bought a big old bag full of stuff. I was just so excited to be there. They were so cute. They answered any questions I had, even though I forgot to like ask, you know, other questions. Like I meant to ask them if they were going to do another advent this year. They didn't advent last year. They didn't announce it until like August, I think. And I already bought like 3 advents. So I'm like, no, I can't because it's a little spendy because they have to ship it, right? And it's Hedgehog Fibers. It's going to be more spending. But this year I haven't really bought a regular advent yet. So I'm like, maybe I'll hold out for Hedgehog Fibers. And I was going to ask and I totally forgot. I guess I'll just cross my fingers and see. So I bought, okay. I basically went through, found all the colors I liked, and then was trying to figure out how many I wanted of each. So I saw this colorway. It's called Opal Light, which is one of their colorways that they have. Oh my god, I bought all 4 of them. They had 4 in stock. I bought them. Sorry if you were trying to order them, but actually when you order online, they die to order. So, but this is Opal Light, and it's on their sock base, which is 9010. It's brushed merino nylon. But just look at this colorway. I mean, I just can't. This like toffee color gets me on all of these. That's what really, I feel like that's what really pulls it in, is this toffee color. It's so great. All of them, they're all so great. This is Opal Light. I got 4. I'm gonna make some kind of tee out of it. I think I can get like a 3/4 length sleeve sweater out of this. And I would just love this. Oh my gosh. So pretty. So that's Opal Light. That's what it looks like. Hedgehog Fibers. I got 4 of those. And then I found, I'd never seen their bulky before, so they're super bulky. It's so soft. Look at that halo. I don't know if you can see it. This is Hunter. This is another one of their colorways, Hunter. And their process was really cool. They have this whole board in the other room full of all of their normal colors. And they have a skein hanging underneath each name. And she said that that's how they dye. So she teaches them how to, like their team, how to dye. If they're dyeing that color for that day, they go and grab the skein off the wall. They open the skein up. They lay it out in front of them. So they're copying it exactly to try to get it as close as the original color as possible, which is awesome. Like that was so cool. I was like, really? So I saw them come out and like grab the new skein and go back. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's like a great idea too. So this is Hunter, one of their colors. It's a great, like, it looks more emerald. It's more emerald. Like I know it's called Hunter, but it's a very emerald green. And I want to make a squishy hat for this will look great with my hair color. And then one of their main colorways, and the rest I got were potlucks because they were amazing. I got this. Look at that. It totally stood out to me. That darkness of the blue with the bright pops. This is called Firefly. So you can order this color. It's so great. And this is in their twist sock, which is an 80% blue face Leicester wool and 20% nylon. Like great. Look at some bright colors right there. I love this. I don't know what to make with it yet. Socks, hat. It might go in a yoke, color work. I love this. Okay, the rest are all potlucks because they were just so good. And I got a couple one-offs. So I got this one. So these ones you can't buy. They might be online as like a potluck, but they don't really have a name, and they're all kind of different. So even though there's a pile of potlucks there, like I picked which one I like the best. I love this one. Isn't that pretty? It reminds me kind of like of summertime watermelon. I don't know. I really like that one. And then I also loved this one. It's also potluck. It's that toffee color again. I think it's this brown, rich toffee color that keeps pulling me in. I think it really like this toffee color pulls in the other bright colors and makes it not so bright. I don't know. I love it. And then one more. Okay. Was this one. And these were all on sock yarn, which is her 9010. Isn't that pretty? Purple. I'm a purple fan. I actually had a different purple. I had 2 purples lined up and I was like, which one do I need? I don't need them both. And I was like, I think I want this one better. That's pretty. Love that. I love the jewel tones. Okay, but the best jewel tones is right here. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's a potluck, and I got this in Aran weight. So this is Aran weight. There was 4 of them. The other 2 didn't look quite like this. They're a little bit lighter. So I took these 2, and I really didn't think 4 I couldn't really make a whole like sweater out of anyway. So I got 2, thinking I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it yet. But look at the richness. I mean, the jewel tones are just insane. Look at that brightness right there. I mean, this blue, that is coming across very well on screen. It's exactly what it looks like in person. So pretty. I cannot wait. I don't want to move with it. I got 2, so it can't be like a hat or something. I mean, that would look really good with my hair. But I'm thinking it'd be a great cowl, or it'd be great like color work inside of another Aran weight, like a cardigan or a sweater or something. I don't know. I just love it so much. And it's so soft. This is just the merino Aran, 100% merino wool. I've already untwisted it right there, see? So that's it. It was really fun because I had to have my husband come in because over in Europe, contactless payment is big, which is great because I had it loaded on my my phone, our card. But she needed the actual card to look at. I'm like, okay, so I went and got my husband to come because he was holding the card. And so he came in and she was like, nothing to see here. Like she'd already put everything in the bag so he didn't see. And she offered to ship, because I purchased over a certain amount, it would ship for free. She's like, oh, we can ship it home for you. And I thought about it. I was like, I have room in my suitcase, but thank you. And that's a great way if you didn't want your husband to see, but my husband's great with that, so. But I got like 11 skeins. 11, I can't even hold them all up. I mean, these are just the ones that are not the t-shirt. And then here's the t-shirt yarn. I mean, I love it. Hedgehog fibers, and they were so nice, and it was just like, it totally lived up to my expectations. I love it. Now they're even like, they were my favorite, like I have a lot of favorites, but they're one of my favorites before, but now they're definitely higher on my list of one of my favorite yarn dyers. I mean, I have so many favorites, but I mean, and they include a couple postcards. Like, they were like little postcards they included. They included this one and this one. It's really pretty. I could frame these. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna frame these and hang them in this room. That's a good idea. It's a good idea, Kim. Yeah, high five. All right, so that's what I bought. So that's it. That's all my yarn, guys. That's not a big deal. It's 42 minutes of yarn that I just showed you, and that's just the yarn for my trip. And honestly, I know I made a small dent in my sock yarn with my sock machine before I left. I was like, well, I can't put any of this stuff away until I record my podcast. And then I thought about it. I'm like, actually, where's this gonna go? Where? I have a problem. And at the beginning of this year, at the end of last year, beginning of this year, my yarn problem was stressing me out. Like, I had too much yarn. And I cannot destash. I tried, you guys. I went through and I went through all this. And when I moved in this yarn room just a few months ago, I was like, okay, I'm gonna destash. What do I want to get rid of? What do I no longer like? Because, you know, likes and preferences change. No, I love them all. I love them all. I still love them. I can't part with them. I have plans for all of them. And now it's not stressing me out as much. I don't know. I've come to peace with my yarn problem. They will all get knit someday. That's just how I'm gonna look at it. And now that I have my sock machine, it's definitely gonna help me with the socks. I mean, it's not gonna help me with all the other yarn, but I can, you know, focus on like my other regular patterns and then socks that are also patterned that I can focus on. But then my regular socks that I just knit up, I'm gonna just crank them. And I can also crank through like my husband's. He loves socks. He wants all the socks. So I can crank through that stash. It'd be great for gifts. I mean, I'm really excited about the sock machine. It's like life changing right now. All right, so that was my trip yarn. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so moving on from trip yarn, which was, I keep looking at it. I love it so much. I picked all the best. I didn't make any, because I was worried, you know, you just want to buy stuff and you're like, I didn't have to buy that much, but I love it all. I'm so excited. Okay, I also had a birthday. So while that was kind of my birthday yarn to myself and for my family, I came home and my friend Jackie, hi Jackie, thank you so much, had sent me, now we do birthdays back and forth, but she sent me yarny presents. Okay, first though, this is the bag, because I love this. I'm going to use this all the time. I mean, right? I love it. Because it totally wouldn't fit. Yeah, it would. Mine would not fit in here. But this is a nice, good sized bag. I'm going to use this for a project. Probably going to use it for the project that she sent me, because I also came home. I saw a yarn package, because you can feel it, right? I know it's yarn. I'm like, I don't remember. I wasn't waiting for yarn. I'm only waiting for a Black Pearl Magic bag. I know I'm waiting for that. That was it. Wasn't waiting for any yarn. So I was like, so I opened it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Jackie, look at this. It's 3 skeins of this colorway by Zen Yarn Garden, which I have never used before. I'm very excited. I love it so far. Zen Yarn Garden, and it is this series in colorway. The dance class, the Met New York Vogue 2020 Art Walk series. So it's based off of this picture. Oh, that's like, there you go. And it's a fingering weight. It is super fine fingering 90-10, which I love. Since there's 3 that I'm so happy about, and this will look so, see, I would never, I'm normally drawn, although I'm getting more into the brownies, but I'm usually drawn to like bright colors, which I don't know why. I love bright colors. I love knitting with them, but then when I want to wear them, it's like hard to wear sometimes. So I love that she sent this to me. This is so wearable for me. It will look so good with my complexion and my hair. See, Jackie, you did so good. Look. Okay, here's one. Let's like do a close up. This great toffee color that I've been loving. The turquoise and it's like pop of red. I love that. They're all great. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna make some sort of t-shirt with this. And that will look so good. Right? Thank you, Jackie. It's gonna look so good. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm gonna make yet though. I have a ton of stuff on my list. Maybe one of the Sorry Nordland tees. We'll see. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. It's perfect. Perfect. Perfect for me. Thank you, Jackie. And I know it was her as soon as I opened it because I think she loves this dyer. And I keep forgetting to go look. I need to go look at this dyer because this is great. Beautiful. Smells good too. Thank you, Jackie. It's gonna be so great. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna knit with it next. What kind of top first though. Okay, and that was really my only yarny birthday present. However, I mean, clearly I bought myself some goodies. Then when I came home, I went to, just yesterday actually, so it wasn't like it was right when I got home. But yesterday I went to go see the new Needles in the Haymarket store. They gave me a tote bag. Needles in the Haymarket. And, oh my gosh, I'm going to put 2 pictures here that I took right when I walked in. I literally walked in and stopped and went, wow. It is humongous in there. I want to say that's, I mean, I haven't been to all the yarn stores in Virginia, But that has to be the largest yarn store in Virginia. I mean, Fiber Space has 2 floors, but I mean, they're small. This just seems really large. I love it. Everything's spread out. You can easily find everything. And so I asked them how much new stuff they got. And apparently that's all the same stuff they had in their previous shop. But it was just like all crammed in, right? And I remember whenever I would go shopping there, I would find something. I'm like, was this always here? Is this new? I think I just happened to find it. So now it's all out to where you can easily see it. And I was walking through there. I'd never seen some of that stuff in the old store. It's just now easier to see and easier to like kind of, oh, such good stuff in there. So I basically walked in and announced to Kenny and Marty. Marty's the owner and Kenny's her son. He's like the manager. And I basically announced that I have no business being here and shopping because I just brought home a crap ton of yarn. However, I love needles and they're my friends and I wanted to come check out the store and I wanted to like be able to buy some stuff. So, and when they're your friends, it makes you want to buy stuff more, but I mean, not that I had to want more because I got some stuff. But I was like, okay, what kind of books do you have? Do you have any new books? Something that's not yarn. And I got the new pom-pom. So the 2022, right? This is the 2022. Yes, the 2022 10th anniversary issue, spring and summer. I mean, look at that. First of all, gorge, but look at this. And look, there's another side. I love that picture. Okay, but first, let me show you. They have everything in here. Sweaters, shorts, oh my gosh. What? Look at this. Oh my goodness. But there's, oh, that's cute. That sweater from the front, I was like, oh, I want to make that. And it's crochet. Yes. Right, I'm assuming. It's called the Floribunda. Yarn is Dererum Natura Antigone, or Antigone. Amanda, help me, my friend Amanda. And really, is that linen? Because I have that yarn. I mean, I don't have enough for that. Pattern by Gina Fama Roken Wagner. Beautiful. Look at that. I love everything about it. I love the like kind of granny square. I love the angles. I love this like X with the eyelets that's happening. Can you see it better? Yeah, in the back. Look at the back with this X here. I love that. I want to make this so bad. And hashtag Floribunda pullover. I love that. That's cute. So that's what drew me to this. I was like, okay, because I'm trying not to buy, because I buy all these books, loving the patterns. Have I knit something from a book? No. I mean, I will someday, but I have to. So when I buy the book, I don't just buy it because Pom Pom came out. I look through and make sure there's at least one pattern that I'm going to love and want to knit. Ooh, that's pretty. That's just yarn support picture. But I wonder if that's, what is that sweater? What is that? It's like an advertisement kind of. But is that sweater in here? I know I'm totally like, they got some great stripey stuff, which would be great for scraps, right? I'm all about using scraps because all the time I have yarn left over and I take it out of here. So this is not even my leftover yarn. These are my full skeins of yarn. And then my leftovers go into another location that's also full. And I could totally, is that the sweater? I found it. Sorry, mid-sentence. I found the sweater, guys. Oh my goodness. There's a pink version. I need this. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's the one on the back. Okay. I love that. For some reason, I just didn't, I don't know if I liked it like that. But when it zoomed in, I loved it. And then I found it. Okay. Isn't this great? I like this color palette right there. What yarn is that? Is that the Ritual Dyes? Wait, what is this? Oh, it's La Bien Aimée, Merino DK. Oh no, that was the pink one. The blue one is the Ching Fiber, a Dashing DK. I do like Ching Fiber and Lobby Anime. I was looking, I looked when I was at Fiber, Hedgehog Fibers, because I really want to make the card. What's that one cardigan? The Lobby Anime, the Amy cardigan. Is it the Amy? No. What's the Lobby Anime? Andrew Maury made a cardigan. It's a fade. Is it the find your? It's the fade shawl. Whatever the fade shawl. Let me get myself together. The fade cardigan. I want to make that because it was made out of Lobby Anime Sport. And I was like, oh, if I find Hedgehog Fibers, because she's like, oh, let me know if you want help like fading stuff. I'm like, cool. But they didn't have Sport. I was like, the only piece they didn't have. And I was like, no, I'll just get, because I kind of have it already picked out in Lobby Anime that I want. I'm just having a hard time finding a couple of the colors. Okay, so I love this book. Awesome book. Also looks like this. Okay, so I got that. And then, of course, I had to get some yarn. And I had seen her post this. Ancient Arts, which I do love Ancient Arts yarn. And look, it's Halloween colors. This color is, it's on their Socknado base, which I love, 80/20. I made my husband socks out of this base, and he loves them. And this is Harlequin Cat. And I was like, oh, some, Halloween socks. I think I have 1 or 2 other skeins of Halloween socks I need to make, but this would be Halloween socks. I love this. It's gonna like pull up really cool or something. I don't know. It's gonna be awesome and very squishy. And then I saw, because Dream in Color, it gets me every time at their store, and they get the pop-up club, and I was like, oh. But then, like, when you're drawn to the same colors. And I put it in my hand. I'm like, yes, I'm going to get this. I love this color. And then you start thinking back in your stash. And I'm like, pretty sure I have 5 skeins that are very similar to this because I love it so much. And then you're like, why am I buying another skein of the same thing? So then I'm like, but maybe I don't have. And maybe, in fact, I have the exact same skein at home. Who knows? So I'm like, I need to go check first before I buy any more of this. But I knew I didn't have this. This is Dream in Color. And it was a Casapinka Rick Rack kit. I don't plan on making the Rick Rack, but I want to make some sort of brioche with this. And this is on their Smooshy Cashmere. It's in the colorways Plenty, which I'm assuming is this one, and this one's in Tiny Blue. It's a very light, it's like a grayish blue. And then this Plenty color has like good lavender bits in it. I thought that would be a great brioche something. And it's fingering weight in the plush or the Smooshy Cashmere is 70-20-10. So 70% Stickwash Merino, 20% Cashmere, 10% Nylon. It's so soft. I love Dream in Colors Smooshy Cashmere. I just love these colors together. It'd be a great, and look, I'm being really good about getting neutral color, guys. I'm getting better and I'm feeling good about it because it's just easier to wear. I love my bright colors. But this is easier to wear. I'm using my bright colors more in like socks or like, color work or like in blankets or something. That's great. Isn't that pretty? Plenty and Tiny Blue. So I got that. And then what else did I have? Oh, I got some of this fray check that I wanted to have because I do a lot of, what do you call it? What's that knot called? Anyway, so a little knot you can do to like join your yarns together. I use it a lot for like blankets and stuff. I haven't had a problem so far, but they're all in blankets, so it wouldn't be a big deal if I had to retie it together. I'm gonna start adding fray check to it. What's that called? You guys are probably yelling at the screen right now. I'll figure it out or put it right here. And then I was checking out, and then I saw our friend Linda made new charms because she makes little charms at the shop. Look at that one. It reminded me of my grandmother. Purple pansies were her favorite. Isn't that pretty? So I had to get it. Love that. So only a little bit of yarn. See? But like this will be knit up here in a couple months for October for Halloween. I don't know what this is going to be, but it's so pretty. I think this was like the last of this color, or they had one other color, but the Plenty looked a little different. This was perfectly had some lavender in it, so I wanted to grab this one, not wait. But there are other yarns there. I was like, wait till later. And I told Kenny when I was there, he's the manager, like I said, I was like, I can't wait to come back and like plan, like when I'm planning a project, like a sweater, a cardigan or whatever, if I'm test knitting, because I just thought there were so many great brands they had in there. Like just like good wool, like good, nice wool for, you know, sweaters or cardigans. They weren't like hand dyed, but it was so, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to come in here and have fun and like plan like what kind of a fiber I want. It was so cool. And they gave me a tote. So, and then while I was there, I picked up a book that our friend Monique, hi Monique, thank you, for Brooke. It's a book for Brooke, but let's be honest, we're gonna share this, Monique, because she knows Brooke crochets, but then I saw these. I really want to make these. Wouldn't those coasters be cute in like different themes for like holidays? I thought at first like a good Christmassy one. You can see it close up, which I think is really cute. They have good pot holders in here. A really cute blanket, some granny squares. Bunch of different stuff in here. Look, they even have ice pop cozies. Isn't that cute? I mean, I don't have kids like that anymore, but that'd be really cute if you did. Okay, where is the coasters? Or where are the coasters? There they are. Isn't that cool looking? Like holiday colors or even like seasonal or autumn. Wouldn't that be cute? Really cute. So I'll probably make these. And here's the book again. It's Crochet Patterns and Projects. I don't know what it is, but just Crochet Patterns Projects. Looks like this. So thanks, Monique. Brooke loves it. She's thinking that's really cute. And then I love everything else. Okay, and I think, oh, one more thing. And it's our Yarnable. So nothing else I really bought. This came before, which is funny. So I'm getting August in like a couple days. But July's is really cool. Okay, so July's theme was Picnic Basket. So the colorway of the yarn is called Picnic Basket, which is a really great tonal, I think. Yes, you've probably already seen this. A really great red with different, very tonal. I love this. It'd be great socks. My sock machine. And it's called Picnic Basket, yes. And I love Yarnable. It's very plushy. And they have an 85/15 base. And it came with a bunch of like goodies. They have a bamboo cutlery set. Really cute. I saw this. I took them out. And I put it all back here because I want to show you guys before I put it in my kitchen. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Cutlery. Like really bamboo cutlery. There's a knife in here. Isn't that cool? I love that. And then on the bag, it's a good day for a good day. And then it came with a gingham napkin set, which I have not opened yet. Isn't that cute? A little gingham napkin set. And then there's a recipe card from What's for Dinner. It's a club. Somewhere. Oh, they're going to start turning it into bags. They're going to sell bags or send us bags instead of boxes. So a recipe card from the What's for Dinner Club by Lydia Menzies. And I thought I put it back in here, but I already put that in my recipe book. So, but yeah, isn't that great? I love the extras. I'm going to definitely set those aside so I can bring them upstairs. So this will be great socks. Really great holiday socks or Valentine's-y even. Very pretty. I like those. Or just red socks. You don't have to have a special day. So that's it for my acquisitions, I believe. And let me double check because, oh, it was buried underneath my yarn. Yep. All right. So our trip was amazing. I know I've talked about it a little bit. It was so great. I think I'm going to do like a travel video or like a trip video kind of. That'll have some of the yarn stuff in there if you guys want to. I mean, you guys have already seen it. If I'll talk about that a little bit in the stores, but it'll be mainly about like the travel experience and all the things we did and like lessons we've learned and things we want to go back and do and things that were really great. And so yeah, I don't want to bore you with that now, but I'll probably have another video with that separate, but it won't be like a knitting podcast video. I'll just title it differently. So you can watch that. I'm thinking about doing it. I haven't decided quite yet. I did learn that jet lag is real, very real. It was harder going there, jumping 5 hours ahead, than it was coming back. I think coming back, it really helped that we got home late at night and we've been traveling I've been up for almost 24 hours, so I was exhausted, so I went right to sleep. But we're still kind of on Europe time, so I go to bed early and wake up early, but not like an abnormal time, just abnormal for me. So it's actually been kind of good, because I did want to get more on a go to bed earlier, get up earlier kind of a state. So just yesterday, I think yesterday was the hardest day. We were all exhausted. Yesterday and the day before, we were all just kind of tired. The second day when we got home, we were up and at 'em. Everyone was up early. And we got all our household chores done, all of that, like all of our animals were situated again, and it felt really great. And then we got to just like basically crash and be like exhausted, which is great because we feel, you know, not guilty about it because all of our stuff is taken care of. But going there, I don't think I got a solid sleep schedule until like 2 weeks in. I mean, it was crazy. I couldn't sleep at all. I had like insomnia, and then I was exhausted. And so I was doing a lot more knitting in the beginning, so I was just couldn't sleep. Or I would sleep for a couple hours and then wake up. Is really what my problem was. Like I would be really tired, go to sleep for a couple hours, wake up, and then couldn't sleep anymore, and then I would knit. So that was nice. The heat wave was insane. It was so hot. It was just hot. I got sunburnt in England. I did not bring any of my redhead supplies because why would I? It rains there. Why would I get sunburnt in London? Oh, but I did. And like almost blistered. Like, cause I got sunburnt twice. And I had sunblock. And so it was hard. I couldn't find any aloe vera anywhere. I did find some like baby sunblock. It sounds really good. And it worked. But it was just like, it was terrible. And then we just brought the heat with us, and it like never ended. It was just, the farther north we got, we'd get like a break and then it would be hot again. But it wasn't that it was, like I said, too hot outside. It was just that there was nowhere to escape. I feel like they were like right under the sun or something. Let's see. 3 weeks is definitely too long. I talked about that. I did detail my trip on Instagram. So it wasn't under SweetPea and Chickadee. I did kind of talk about the knitting places. I hadn't put hedgehog fibers on there yet. That was towards the end of my trip, and I was just, there's like a lot of stuff going on around then. If you go to my Karmeni45 handle, which is my normal handle for Instagram, you'll see that I have a whole bunch of posts on there. Like I kept a daily log and like would post, the limit was 10 pictures. I would put 10 pictures on there of like the highlights from that day. So if you want to go check it out, go do that. It was a lot of fun. And I think my hair is Scottish. I have Scottish hair. So I must definitely, because I definitely have obviously Irish and Scottish in my ancestry, but I think I'm definitely more Scottish only because my hair was amazing in Scotland. So the day of my birthday, I realized I didn't have a hair dryer in the room, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have a straightener, but I didn't have a hair dryer. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna have time to like for it to dry and then straighten it. I'm like, okay, I'm just let it air dry, which in Virginia that means whew, like, you know, frizzy, McFrizzerson over here. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let it air dry, because I did it right before we were going to dinner, within like a few hours. I'm like, I'm gonna let it air dry, and I'm not gonna touch it a whole lot. So you guys all know if you have hair like mine, just don't run your hands through it, don't touch it a whole lot, just let it maintain its state, and don't let it frizz out. Just try, okay? Virginia, there's no hope. It just doesn't, whatever. But I was like, I'm just gonna let it air dry. It was amazing. So here's a picture of us again from my birthday. That was completely air dry. Didn't touch it. And I let my bangs do whatever. They had this wispy look that I usually normally hate, but I just went with it during our trip. I'm like, whatever, let it go. And then here's the next day in Scotland. And it's just, look at this. It's just amazing. It's like blowing in the wind, like perfectly, not perfectly curled, but like perfectly just like authentically wispy curly. I mean, it was amazing. So obviously my hair is Scottish, I decided. And my hair is like a very similar color to Highland cows, I noticed. So I'm like, So my dream is to move to Scotland and own Highland cows. But then we went to Dublin, Ireland, and the Irish countryside. Oh, I mean, come on. Like, so great too. And you can have Highland cows there too. So I'll either move to Edinburgh, Scotland, although Edinburgh is in the lowlands and the Highlands are beautiful. So I wouldn't really know where I wanted to be in Scotland. But Ireland is just... And I thought traveling south in Ireland wasn't as pretty of a scenery going along the roads. But when we went to the Cliffs of Moher, we had to travel right across the middle. And for some reason, that was way more beautiful. But I did not think that. I thought that would be the other way around. But it was so beautiful, the scenery. Oh my gosh. Amazing. But yeah, so watching and reading. Oh, I keep kicking this. I'm sorry, guys. Watching and reading. I got a couple books while we were there. We hit like a whole bunch of bookstores, like independent ones that were like local to only there. And Brooke got a ton of books. I found one, or a couple, actually. Haven't read them because I was busy sleeping. But we were watching like the British TV there. It was funny. They have a lot of stuff. It's like British versions of what we have. Maybe we probably took it from them. Who knows? Like there's like a Love It or List It. I don't know if it's called that there, but it was something like that. They had a bunch of like house hunters. It wasn't called that. It was something different, but it was all great stuff because you get to see like, we have that. We have like House Hunters UK or International or whatever. But the favorite show for all of us was First Dates. It's like on late at night. And they have like this restaurant that has like, they set people up on their first dates. And they would have like older people on there. It was so cute. And anyways, really liked it. And in London, they have like this cops show. It's called something, but it's essentially cops, but in the UK, which was really funny too. Not funny, but really interesting to see all the different things. Like they're no joke there, man. They don't care. It was really cool. So then when we came home, we had a ton of stuff that just came out right before we left when we were gone. We've only watched a couple of things because we've just been like exhausted. But we did watch Doctor Strange last night. My husband and I watched the new Doctor Strange. That's a really good one. You guys should totally watch that. I've watched the Resident Evil, so I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. The games, the movies, love them all. And they were coming out. They came out on Netflix, a series, and I have 3 episodes left, and I love it. So good. So good. So if you like any of that Resident Evil stuff, go check it out because it's really good. Now to watch that we haven't watched yet that I really want to watch. I really want to watch the new Persuasion on Netflix. Now, I'm conflicted because Persuasion is my favorite Jane Austen book. Favorite. The 1995 movie, my favorite one. My favorite. I love it. I will rewatch it. It's so romantic. The love story is just, so good. Love it. Now, I already knew because people had already put out reviews of this, that it's gonna be, it's not the same kind of take, the Netflix movie. So at first I was irritated. I was like, what? You can't ruin Persuasion. First, when I knew who they cast as Anne, who's the main protagonist, or the heroine, is Dakota Johnson. I love Dakota Johnson. Love her. I was like, she can't play Anne. Like, Anne is pretty, but like in a more plain, older kind of way. Like she's old for her single age. She's like 27. But like she had been probably really cute once, but she's like older now and they don't have makeup. It's plain. And Dakota Johnson is not plain. She's gorgeous. So I was like, what? You can't even make her not pretty. Like, I don't even know how that's gonna happen. But the thing about Anne is that she's so good. She's just a good person, and that's why all these guys want her, because she's so good, like a really great, kind, gentle person. And I mean, I like the guys they cast. The guys are great. But I was like, what? And then I saw some of the clips. I'm like, it seems more comical. Persuasion is not meant to be comical. Emma, if you're talking about a Jane Austen movie or book, Emma is definitely on the more comical side without being, in Jane Austen terms. I'm like, it's almost like they took it on an Emma line and then they modernized it. It's still set in the, whatever, 1800s, but it's like modernized. Like the lingo is a little bit modern. I'm like, it's not totally modern, but a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. So all that to say, I'm still excited to watch it because I love the Persuasion, like the plot line. I just have to know. That's why I haven't watched it yet. I have to go into it knowing it's not going to be the same. I have to basically separate it in my mind. It's separate, right? It's like a Pride and Prejudice, but not Pride and Prejudice. You know what I'm saying? So as long as I go into it knowing it's not going to be the same, it's going to be different, I think I'll still be able to love it. It's really what it is. That was a really long intro for Persuasion on Netflix. Check it out, though. I'm going to. Another thing we're going to watch is the new Jurassic World movie. Oh my gosh, I love all the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park movies, and they're bringing back all the originals. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. I'm really excited about that. And The Gray Man on Netflix. Hello, Ryan Gosling. That's going to be cool. And Chris Evans, is he a bad guy? I can't tell by the previews. I'm like, can he play a bad guy? That just seems weird because he's so good. He's like a great guy in real life, I hear. But yeah, so I really want to watch that. And then Only Murders in the Building. I mentioned it last episode. We still haven't watched that yet, so we're definitely going to tackle that. And yeah, we have a lot to watch, basically a lot to catch up on. But yeah, so it's Saturday here. I'm probably gonna stop recording, start downloading this to my computer. The problem is the editing. The editing takes a long time, right? We all know this. But the downloading to my laptop, I have a Mac. I must need more memory or something because it takes forever. Does any other Macs do this? It takes forever just to download. So it's okay. It doesn't take too long to download from my phone. So I use my phone to record to my Mac. It's downloading from my Mac photos to my desktop because that's how I have to get it over to iMovie. That part takes forever. I don't understand why. And then you edit it, which takes a while. Then I have to download the whole thing from iMovie back to my desktop. That takes a long time. Then you have to upload it. When you upload it to YouTube, that also takes a long time. It's just time consuming, man. I don't know how people who do it weekly do it. They're probably shorter episodes, so it doesn't take as long, but still. I don't know, man. But yeah, so I'm gonna get that starting to go on my laptop. I'm gonna go upstairs, sit outside with my husband. He's in barbecue tonight. It's a great day outside. And yeah, I might play with my sock machine tonight. So it'll be great. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the massive amount of acquisitions. I know I enjoyed them. I'm not gonna enjoy trying to, where's it gonna go? I don't know. But probably put it, I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go. But I'll have fun doing it. I don't know. We'll see. But until next time, bye.